to sustain, maintain and run this universe. He is called Avartana. We keep searching for new names, right? So you can have this as a new name, Avartana. By the time your American friends pronounce that name, it will end up being butchered into something else. Avartanaha. Varta is to run something efficiently, to process something efficiently. Now here run does not mean that you put on your jogging shoes and start running, or to run away or run for. Here run means to move something, to accomplish something efficiently, to run the show of this world. Avartana, to run it comprehensively. Comprehensively in such a way that there is no flaw left. Supposing you are a project manager, event manager, and not a big, simple things like maybe you have Ganesh Chaturthi recently, and you sit down to perform puja, and as you start performing the puja, ideally you should not be getting up from that place once you have taken the sankalpa to perform puja. You thought you had the comprehensive list of everything and you brought in everything there. Does it not happen that invariably either we are forced to get up or we give a wireless call? Whoever is in the house, you call out for them and then say, can you get me this? And a couple of minutes later, get me that also. Oh my God, I thought I had everything. Sometimes you have to take care of the Naivedya and do the puja, and in that rush, now you forget, did I add salt or not? Somewhere in that link you miss the comprehensiveness of the act that is being performed. That we can leave various loose ends wherein it can be called as a flaw. I mean, if at all, I don't have the audacity to blame this world as anything to do with flaw, but if at all, the species that belong to the speaker is the only flaw in the entire creation, the Homo sapiens. Now when I say species, it is not the sannyasis I am talking about. I am talking about the species of the human race. Remove these and the rest of the creation is amazing balance, flawless, everything supporting and sustaining each other. And when you look at from the microcosmic level to the macrocosmic level, meaning from the individual level to the totality level, every nitty-gritty detail that has been thought about, every aspect of it that has been thought in, how many fingers are required to breathe in. Have you ever wondered why for breathing in you need 2 holes? Has that question ever popped up in your head? That for hearing, why you require 2 ears? And now as the technology increases, it's a surround system, built in, so that you get the details of every minute sound that can be heard of from a 360 angle perspective. Why do you need two holes for the nostrils? You can have one ugly big hole there, and then the air goes in and out. It has to go all the way to the lungs. What is the purpose of having it here and then put a track there to the lungs? You could have had something here protruding and then two holes breathing in and out. And it is not a chaos, it is not a mistake that what we have is what we have. And as you contemplate, meditate upon each aspect of it, it is such an amazement that you find that the Creator thought with such nitty-gritty details. For example, just because I have started with that example, let me conclude the thought on that. We have developed the system in such a way that outside it is about 105 or 110, inside it is a cool 72, 73. The outside to inside, when we keep moving in and out, the body goes through a lot of fluctuation because the internal system has a certain task for it to maintain. And what is the task? To maintain this body at a constant temperature of 37 degrees Celsius. So you go out into that 110 and you come back into this 70. There is a fluctuation happening. There's almost about 40 degrees of variation. You can go into a shock. Therefore, the two nostrils, Ida and Pingala, the rishis have named it also. Whenever the body feels that it is getting overheated, then one of the channels blocks itself off, the other channel is where you breathe in and out. It cools the system. And it not naturally happens. And when it is too cold, then the other nostril starts functioning to heat the system up, to maintain it constantly at that 37 degrees. It is almost like a thermostat. You set the thermostat and you put it to that 72, 73, whatever, and it has to maintain itself regularly. So when it gets overheated, and as the crowd starts increasing in the hall, you will see that the interval with which the vent starts blowing increases, because it has to constantly maintain it at that given prescribed temperature. Similarly up here, sometimes there is an issue, a very tricky situation that you are in, and your brain is working at its max power. Sometimes by mistake it works there at max power, and you said it got heated up. Then also there is some regularity. So those who do pranayama understands that when you block the left nostrils and take the breath through the right nostrils, it heats up the system. You block the right nostrils and open through the left, it cools the system. But if you have hypertension, don't try it, because it can instantly lead to a variation in the pressure. But the body naturally does it at a microcosmic level, at a macrocosmic level, at a totality level. And you just step back and watch things that are happening. Varta to run. Avarta to run efficiently and in a comprehensive manner, that every aspect of it, every nitty-gritty detail is taken into account. And thus the creation has been created. Avartanaha, the one who spins the time of this entire samsara chakra comprehensively, efficiently. None to beat him. If at all there is any chaos, isn't it because of the free will of the stupid human beings? And look at his magnanimity. If you have the power to stop some nuisance, it happens even in your houses, that you have the authority and power to stop your children throwing pranks at each other or bullying each other. After a certain while, what do? Anyatha sharanam nasti, higher decibel eva. On a higher decibel note, which is what you can increase at that time. You scream and keep quiet. Don't you scream at them? Oh, look at this Bhagavan. He has the capacity to shut each one of us out, and yet keeps on giving each one of us umpteen number of opportunities again and again and again. If not today, beta, at least tomorrow you will improve. Maybe day after you will improve. That benevolence, when they talk about God, they say, does your God? When I say, does your God? Usually it is some other religion asking, does your God, His grace and His benevolence, does He forgive you? It is not the simple act that He is forgiving. My very existence is because He has forgiven me all through. Imagine if for the small little things, if you were to take an action on us, none of us would have existed as we have existed. He gives that opportunity as well. Avartanaha. The one who maintains this entire creation comprehensively. And it is not just this world. There are multiple such world systems. Therefore, I don't call it the universe. It is multiverse. Parallel systems of creation in this cosmos which is running, efficiently being handled by Him.